Well, well, well. It feels like only yesterday. Season 2 ended. But today, we start Season 3. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Front Row Racing, ladies and gentlemen. It is Season 3 of Front Row Racing. It is Tier 1. It is Round 1, ladies and gentlemen, and we are at Spa for the Belgium Grand Prix here at FRR. Well, before we get underway, ladies and gentlemen, and before qualifying, Charles Clements, let me give you a little bit of a rundown on the track today, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the circuit is Spa Francorchamps. It is 7 kilometres long. It has 11 right-hand turns and 7 left-hand turns with 2 DRS detection zones, ladies and gentlemen. And normally at this point, we would be talking about the championship and the championship standings. But of course, it is round 1, and there are 7 new faces on the grid this year, ladies and gentlemen. 7. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. And as they are out on track, I will talk you through each and every one, ladies and gentlemen. Let us just get everything up that we need to get up. We have the full track map for today, ladies and gentlemen. And a very quick one. You may normally know that normally I'm joined by a certain someone else, a certain silent, a certain tropical. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, he has taken a decision to leave FRR for the time being. I have no doubt that he will return when he feels good and ready. It's very sad, but that does mean, of course, you're stuck with me for quite a while. And of course, that is, well, depending on how you view myself, it's either a good or a bad thing. I don't know. And as we look at, ladies and gentlemen, Stocky F1, the man in a Ferrari. He was in a Ferrari last year, and last time he was in a Ferrari, he won the championship. So, instantly, all the correct bells are ringing, ladies and gentlemen. That is Stocky F1, the reigning champion. Well, like I said, we do have 7 new drivers to the grid, and they are, ladies and gentlemen, FRT 2C15 will be in the McLaren this year, an all rookie McLaren lineup for Season 3, Tier 1, Round 1 in FRR this year, and a big welcome to him. He'll be driving in the McLaren today and seeing what he can do in his first qualifying race scenario outing in FRR. Of course, if you did see, I did do a stream on last Tuesday, on Wednesday I believe it was, where we of course did a little bit of a season launch, a little bit of a race around Brazil, and he was definitely there later on, as long aside his teammate FGE Flow. Very impressive actually in that pre-season race, and got pole position, beat Stocky to the mark later on, but unfortunately due to some unlucky situations during the race, he wasn't able to finish it off, and I do believe he raced Tier 1 in Abu Dhabi the last time, of course, we were live. So that are your 2 new McLaren boys for this year, ladies and gentlemen. We do, of course, have 5 others that we're going to talk about during the course of this qualifying session. Stocky F1 is about to set his first flying lap of Season 3, ladies and gentlemen. And it's good to be back. It feels good to be back, everybody. As he will make his way through the Sector 2 here at Belgium. Gotta love a bit of Belgium, really. I think Belgium is probably the most favoured track out of all of them, personally. As we go down into the long left-hander, and Scruff the Dub has been disqualified from the session. So instantly, it's gone well for him in the Alpine. There we go. I got it right. In the end, ladies and gentlemen, well, Stocky clearly running a little bit of low fuel setup as he goes fastest in Sector 2, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, he will go to the top of the grid no matter what happens, but this looks like a very, very, very tidy and impressive little lap time that Stocky is cooking up here today. As he will head into the final right-hander, followed by the final left-hander. He will get to the DRS in 20 metres time, and that'll be now. And he will run across the line, and a 1:43.258 is the one that they left. So, Tom Locke is out on a flying lap, ladies and gentlemen, in the Mercedes this year, ladies and gentlemen. He is actually the only driver to have been promoted, as Henkas goes second fastest with a 1:44 flat. Junior Vane, who is another rookie for this year, pushes him down into third, with many laps coming in now, and there he is, ladies and gentlemen, there he is. We'll move away from Tom Locke for just a second, but FGE Flow with a 1:43.2 goes fastest. It's early stages. Sorry about that. And that is the sort of pace that I'd expect to see from him for the rest of the season. I do apologise about that. Someone came into to my quarters, even though I told them not to. So there'll be some polite exchanges of words later on. Anyway, FGE Flow goes fastest then with a 1:43.236. Now, that was actually something else I noticed in Brazil as well. They were very close on time, ladies and gentlemen. Only a couple of attempts separates them, but this is very interesting. He has the qualifying pace, but does he have that race pace that he's so desperate that he will definitely need if he is to go far and to maybe get a championship? Well, there is Stocky. There is Junu Vane, ladies and gentlemen, our third rookie that we have spoken about today, so I'll tick him off my list. There we go, Junu Vane in the Alfa Romeo. Has instantly got the pace he needs to be in Tier 1, and we are very happy to have him, of course, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully with this influx of new drivers coming into Tier 1, we have 8 in total, with Tom Locke being the only promoted driver. We'll talk about that in a minute. With 7 new rookies, ladies and gentlemen, can we potentially see a closer title fight? Will the gap from Stocky, from Weeksy, and all of the others, from Stocky, from Weeksy and Top Gun and Tree, be reduced? Will it go down, and will these rookies be able to get their names involved in the title fight, ladies and gentlemen? And of course, really, we want to be worrying and looking at the title fight in the second half of the season, because in the first half of the season, of course, yes, okay, whilst it is important that people are getting wins, getting podiums, etc., all of these things, it is, of course, important that they do that. And ladies and gentlemen, just give me 2 seconds whilst I invite another one of our rookies to the world. Just give me 30 seconds, people. Of course, we do want everyone to race that we can, to race in this, and I want to give them the best opportunity to do so. So I'll invite them quickly. Just pop along here. That'll be you, sir. We'll invite to a game. There we go. Invite has been sent, and he'll be in just a few seconds' time. So, we've talked about 3 new rookies, Junu Vane as well with the Alfa Romeo. We'll move on now to our next rookie, who is on track, ladies and gentlemen, and is RRT Macca. That's not RRT Macca, I can promise you that. There he is. RRT Macca, ladies and gentlemen. Coming across the line, and he will go 4th, ladies and gentlemen, pushing Junu Vane down into 5th. Ladies and gentlemen, RRT Macca is another one of our new drivers, ladies and gentlemen, for this season. He is in the Williams. Williams, of course, will be looking to make up for what the F1 team can't do in real life, although this weekend was a pretty good indication of maybe where Williams, Alex Albon and Logan Sargent will be. Of course, if there are any F1 fans, then they'll know what I'm on about. Now, I do have the Tier 1 chat open at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, and I am seeing that FGE Tria, the man in the Red Bull, currently 2nd place, was in Alfa Romeo last season, if I do remember correctly, got 2 wins on the bounce. God, I'm such a nerd, I know that off the top of my head. Has said, come on, rain soon. So, are we going to have a wet quali? Ooh, jeepers, I dropped my phone. Are we going to have a wet quali, or are we going to have a wet race? I've just asked the very important question in the chat. We'll get back to that in not too long a time, ladies and gentlemen. There's RT Maka, the rookie that I was just talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And Billy Whiz is another one of our new drivers, ladies and gentlemen. From what I've seen, he hasn't raced in this league. I did check the standings just a couple of moments before starting the stream, and he hasn't raced in FRR in the Haas. Currently sat in 5th, about a 10th or so, just under a 10th off RT Maka. In 5th place, about 4/10 off FG Flow. Currently sat on pole position, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know how long we have. Sorry, I don't know how long we have left in this qualifying session, but I'm sure Billy Whiz will be looking to make a quick impact. Another one of our new drivers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm rattling these all off the top of my head, really, is the other Williams. So we have 2 new drivers in the McLaren, 2 new drivers in the Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Andre, I don't know how you say it. I'm just going to call you Andre for now. I'd hate to offend or get it wrong, but for now, if you are that offended, I will quite happily allow you to Discord message me your how you say it in real life. In the Williams, on the PC, the only PC driver on our grid, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Xbox is the superior console. Other consoles are, of course, available. But of course, Xbox being the superior one. And it's currently set down in P11 with a 144.7. So 6/10 off CLO4. Which not a bad place to be at all, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we'll be able to make an impact, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, the last rookie of 2023 Season 3 FRR, you know, Tier 1, whatever you like. There is the rain just spattering out of nowhere is Lyle, 52, in the Haas Legend. So we have 6 of our 7 new drivers. In 3 different teams, we have 2 in McLaren, 2 in Haas, and 2 in a Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome all to that. And ladies and gentlemen, the promotion this year comes in the form of this man, Tom Locke. He's not currently racing, so thanks very much for that, Tom Locke. I'm glad you've set me up correctly there for another one of my embarrassing moments, ladies and gentlemen. Was 2nd place in the Tier 2 Championship last season, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, yes, it's all flooding back to me now. At the US of A, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Locke had to finish 4th to get to take the championship to the last round in Abu Dhabi. Despite everything that was going against him, penalties, drive-throughs, crashes, spins, incompetence of other drivers, you know what, you name it, it was happening. He managed a credible drive to come to P4 in that race, which is all the points he needed to take championship to the last race. And of course, unfortunately, that championship never came, ladies and gentlemen. I was hoping that he would stay in Tier 2 and try and get himself that crucial championship, but it was never to be, and he has moved to Tier 1, and I wish him all the very best in doing so, of course. And I'm very excited for the season ahead, actually, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited indeed. I hope you are as well. I still don't know how long we've got left in this qualifying session, I'll be honest with you. I'd imagine not too long now, ladies and gentlemen, as we have most of our drivers out on track, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, the returning drivers for this year consist of Razagamer HD, CLO4, Hankaz, Top Gun, Filthy Scruff it Up, Crazy Griefer, Weeksy, Stocky, Brad, FG Trio, and Sergeant Dom I7, who FG Demi, as their name is on the Xbox here, in the Red Bull. And we will now have a very interesting race to the line, ladies and gentlemen. FG Float, FG Trio, Stocky, and Junivane, and RRT Maka, and Weeksy are all in contention for pole position here, ladies and gentlemen. But this man, FG Flow, who at the moment takes it all, and he isn't doing another lap, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's down to Trio, to Stocky, to Junivane, to Maka to take pole position for the first race of the year, and Stocky backs out very, very, very suddenly there. It looked like he was going to go for it, but he hasn't done so. I don't know why. I shouted. I do apologise. I'll keep that abrupt voice to myself in my head. So why did he abort that lap? Why did he? Get your thoughts in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. 88291 FM. That's BBC Radio 2. And we do have a dry race. A dry race. I've just had that confirmed for us. A dry race ahead of the wet drivers. I'm sorry, everybody. I was cruel. So, that's not. So, Tria pits. Stocky stays out. Are they pitting for the wet tyres? It looks like that could potentially be an option. There is a little bit of rain floating around, and oh my god, these yellow flags need to go away, because I don't know how long we have left in this session, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I'm going to stare. 3 minutes. Just sorry. 3 minutes will remain of this qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. So they want to pit. They want to get some fresh tyres on. And RRT Maka retires from his first qualifying session in FRR. Has retired later on, so Stocky is going to pit. So are we going to see a last minute rush for the line? And Tom Lock is out on a fast lap on these soft tyres in these wet conditions, driving George Russell's Mercedes. By the looks of course, legend, that is the best Mercedes. And Stocky now retiring from the session as well. Later on, Weeksy is also going as well. So we do have a couple of pit stop retirements here. But Tom Lock currently on a lap. Second place in F2, Tier 2 last year. What can he do this year, ladies and gentlemen? He's currently 17th fastest, the only one not set a time that hasn't DNF'd or been disqualified. He enters Sector 2 now, the fastest, well, my personal best sector, actually, I'll have you know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a bit of a dab hand when it comes to this this section. We do now have a lot of retirements coming in, ladies and gentlemen, as DRS has been disabled. Henka's FGE Flow now retires from the session. FRT as well. I think there may be a call to retire, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to feed back, see what's going on with my guys at FRR, and I'll get back to you in just a second time, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like, doesn't look like it. So, Tom Lock is going to come across the line, ladies and gentlemen, in the wet. And it's 17th, and only 17th for Tom Lock. I think the conditions have changed a little bit too much to put a decent lap in there. Devastation for Tom Lock, and potentially elation for FGE Flow. I just realised I can't actually look at him. To get pole position in your debut race is something I haven't seen yet, so I'm pretty excited to see what happens. And Tom Lock, yeah, he did. He's admitted now in the chat that he has left it too late. LMAO, his words, not mine. He did leave it a little bit too late there. Legion's Top Gun now retires on track as well. So, Lyle, CLO for Andre, A13 and Tom Lock are all who remain. And we're going to try and get everyone else to retire here. A13th, if you're watching, can you please retire? Andre, if you're watching, can you please retire? CLO4, can you please retire? And Lyle, can you please retire? So, that is qualifying done, ladies and gentlemen. FGE Flow takes it by storm with a 143.157. Trier, though, not far behind with a 143.195. Ladies and gentlemen, Stocky is in third. Junior Vane is in fourth on his debut. So is Maka, also on his debut. Weeksy is in sixth. Billy Wiz debut, seventh. Enkaz is eighth. Ninth is Top Gun FRT2C15 is in 10th on his debut. As a Gamer HD in 11th. Lyle 52 is in 12th on his debut. CLO4 Brad Andre on his debut. A13th Tom Lock FG Demi. Crazy Griefer and Scruff the Dub finishing off the grid by 11. Well, that is your qualifying grid, ladies and gentlemen. Join us back in just a couple of seconds' time and we'll watch the first race of this Tier 1 season. Can't wait. Hope you can't too. So only love once here on Twitch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen the first qualifying session of the year, and we're about to see the first race of the year, ladies and gentlemen. 22 laps lie ahead of our drivers. FGE Flo, of course, taking pole position on his debut in FRR in that McLaren, ladies and gentlemen. Question has to be asked very early on already: can he potentially give Stocky a run for the money in terms of the championship? The question also, has to be asked about FGE Trea as well, ladies and gentlemen. And there, of course, is your reigning Tier 1 champion in Stocky. Junu Vane in 4th, with Maka in 5th, the highest. So Williams has qualified since forever. Weeksy is in 6th, Billy Wiz in 7th, in 8th. Top Gun in 9th, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I'd see a little bit more from Top Gun in this qualifying session. Maybe the Aston Martin giving you a couple more struggles than he may have originally thought. FRT, of course, what can you say? He's in 10th, Razza Gamer HD 11th, 12th, Lyle CLO4 is in 13th, 13th. He's in 16th. Tomac in 17th. FGE DXMI is in 18th, 19th. Crazy Griever, Scruff of the Dub, with Brad and Andre taking 14th and 15th as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll make up majestically. Back through the grid, there is your predicted race strategy for today, ladies and gentlemen. And here is my predicted race winner. Actually, legend, I've just decided on that very spot right there in which I made my claim. Someone has either joined or left the session there. Couldn't quite see that. But either way, we do have a race that's about to take place, ladies and gentlemen. Around the final corner, line themselves up onto the grid. Ooh, I don't know, it's going to be saucy in the chat. Anyway, FG Fly will lead his fellow men and girls and women, of course. We do not discriminate here at FRR. Why would we ever do that? We are not bad people. FG Flow puts it nicely in P1 there. FG Trio is going to put it nicely in P2. Stocky lines up in 3rd. Genoven. Weeksy has been disqualified from this session. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get ready to begin. A lot of drivers have been disqualified. Holy moly. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights ahead of the drivers. It is go, go, go for Season 3 here in FRR. Flo gets a very nice start there, but so does FGE Tree. FGE Tree are going to go into the first line. Legend is going to take the lead, but FGE Flo and Genevain are going to fight him for that. FGE Flo is going to take the lead very quickly here. FGE Tria as Weeksy moves his way up into 3rd place. An incredible start there from the Mercedes. There is early drama here as FGE DXMI retires early, and there is now the first safety car of Season 3, everybody. It didn't take long, but FGE Flo keeps the lead of the race from Tria, from Weeksy, from Maka, from Junior Vane, from Billy Wiz, from Lyle in 7th, 8th. Stocky, ladies and gentlemen, from P2 to P8. P3 to P8, sorry. What has happened there? FRT moves up 1 place with CLO4 moving somewhere abouts. Henkaz as well with no front wing. Does the Alfa Romeo, but FG DXMI, ladies and gentlemen, has DNF'd from the session. There was a crash, evidently, and that is why he's out. Well, oh dear. That is FRR in a nutshell, everybody. So much drama, so much intense driving that you just can't keep up sometimes. You just can't keep up. It is absolutely sensational. Absolutely lovely arriving. But Flo keeps lead of this race. Of course, a little bit of a fight there with Tria and Flo at the beginning, and the 2 FGE brothers on the grid. Clearly, a little bit of maybe a bit of mutual respect. Who knows? Who knows? Everybody, but we will probably have about 2 to 3 laps of the safety car. The safety car this week is probably going to be the red Mercedes AMG GTR, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be taking the cars around the track. The pace car as our American brethren call it, the pace car. Tria is going to stay out. Weeksy is going to stay out. Mac will stay out. Looks like Billy Whiz is going to pit at the early stage. Maybe lost a little bit of the old front wing there, and the yawning begins. Wow. The yawning has already begun, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of drivers pitting now. Oh no, it is the green Aston Martin, Billy Whiz, Henkaz, A13th, Top Gun, Raza, Andre, and Brad. The 5 or 6 drivers that I was going to be pitting early on in this race with the Aston Martin. Leading us round the track. And breathe, everybody. And breathe. Well, a little bit of drama, early drama, and we've already had the first safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Probably less than 30 seconds into the race, I'd imagine. It wasn't a lot. I'll be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I completely forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? I completely forgot. Anyway, Jake, since you asked for it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. I forgot what I was saying there. Anyways, so only one driver. We had a full grid. Oh, we have a full grid. This must be the first time in a long time. Well, it probably isn't. But I don't have a very good memory. But we do have a full grid. Well, we did have a full grid, and then someone DNF'd rather selfishly, ruined that moment for us all. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be really nice. Anyway, so we have Top Gun on the Inters, allegedly, apparently. This is either incredibly early rain, or a mistake. Raza Gamer HD on the softs, which means right, okay, that's good for you, mate. Good life choice, Brad. On to the medium. So we have quite a few medium drivers, but the majority of the grid is, of course, on the harder compound tyres, playing the slightly longer game. And the Raza Gamer HD is obviously going to play the 2-lap game here at Belgium, because the first rule of Belgium is you don't wear the soft tyres in any racing scenario. As he pits, so evidently he knows the mistake he's made, or he's listened to this incredible piece of commentating. Yes, I have got it wrong. Majorly done myself in here. And he puts the mediums on, and he puts and you know what? They've all corrected themselves, I think. So, keeping the tyres warm is, of course, essential during a qualifying moment. Sorry, safety car moment, ladies and gentlemen. The only one really not doing that is Weeksy. He's pulling a Kimi Raikkonen and not bothering to warm up his tyres. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like his tyres are in the 80s from what I can work out just from here. But RT Maka currently sat in 5th on his debut. That's pretty good going. That is very good going, and he'll be hoping to progress up into the field and maybe take a maiden podium spot. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen, who knows? Of course, the commentator's curse could strike again. Last season, myself and Silent were very good at the commentator's curse. So will it strike again, or will it stay quiet? It is a cruel mistress. So we will have to see on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what do we talk about now then? Well, talk about Stocky actually. What happened here then? Because he added it over to you. If you don't know, he started at P3 in the race and is now, I think he went down to 8th originally, and then due to an overtake he went up into P7. But what happened at the start? I wonder. Clearly not a very good one, because he's all the way down there in P7/8. Although I guess you could say that for everything. Couldn't ya? Anywho's, the safety car is ending this lap, and FG Fly will want to go as late as possible here, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome, Jake. For that, you want to go as soon as possible, really. And it looks like he may be going in a minute. He'll want to catch Trio by surprise, so the Rebel isn't instantly swarming him like some bees on a man. I don't know. I'll think of some more jokes later, don't worry. But FG Flo has gone, and has he caught Trio by surprise? Not really. Not really at all. Well, he'll guide us through the last corner of this Grand Prix. And he will come across the line now, ladies and gentlemen, with about a half a second gap to Tria behind. But Rixi is a lot closer to Tria than Tria is to FG Flo. And it looks like Tria may have gone wide there, giving Weeksy the advantage to move up into second place. And it looks like he will do it, and he will get that move done. Ladies and gentlemen, RLT Mac are just a little bit out of this one for now, but Tria is instantly all over the back of Weeksy now, who's going to go for the move yet again. He will not have the DRS assistance to do so, but he will have the ERS assistance to do so, and will get that move done later on. Could he potentially go for a dive for the move here? But no, he will not. FG Flag will maintain the lead going into lap 4 of this race. Weeksy not far behind now. RIT Maka dropping back a little bit now. The Williams on the hard tyres, of course, that is to be expected. Williams aren't a great team. Sorry, in real life they're awful. But in the game, of course, this year they will be dominant. Mark my words, later on. P4 in the championship is occurring for Williams this year. Mark my words. Mark my words. I'll put a tenner on it. Anyway, Trail looks a little bit unsettled at the moment. Little bit unsettled. I don't know if you saw they went wide at turn 1, and looks like he went a little bit wide there, later on. But FG Flo has had a massive slowdown moment here, later on, a bit of low steer, and that has allowed Trail to build up 4/10 of a second on him. He was at 6/10 a second ago. He's now at 3.317. But it looks like FG Flo may just be taking that away. Now, I have been told that FG Flo's race pace isn't as good as his qualifying pace, so you could say FG Flo could be the Valtteri Bottas of FRRC Tier 1, Season 3, Round 1, whatever you call it. He could be the Valtteri Bottas, as he gets very close there going into the final couple of corners, but he will not make that move count, legend. And FG Flo goes fastest for 144.9 dead, and Stocky goes fastest for 145, but then Billy Wiz comes through for 148.2. And I'm not. That is the fastest lap of this Grand Prix, officially confirmed, because no one else has done it. But the fight for the lead, still very much hangs in the balance. I saw a very interesting fight occurring with Tom Nook and Billy Wiz back there. But we're not going to look at that later on, because we are going to look at FG Trio, who is going to take the lead from FG Flo of this Belgium Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. FG Flo doesn't look like he's going to be able to fight for that position back going through the next couple of corners. Maka has got past Weeksy, ladies and gentlemen. Weeksy backing off massively there from the back end of Maka, ladies and gentlemen. As Weeksy is in 4th, we have a yellow flag in Sector 2, ladies and gentlemen. And that could be for Scruff for Dub, who has moved right down to the back of this grid, ladies and gentlemen. Top Gun, the only man at the moment who is on a penalty, and there is another yellow flag, and it looks like maybe the Haas of Billy Wiz. It is the Haas of Billy Wiz, who's had a bit of a whoopsie whiz. Billy's bottled it. Billy bottled it, ladies and gentlemen, and he spun. He did spin. That's Spain without the S. Crazy Griefer in 9th picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Well, Stocky looks to be on a little bit of a surgency. He's quite close to Lyle 52 now. Obviously, the Haas is the junior team to Ferrari, so could they potentially play a little bit of game here? But what's happened there? Because Lyle has gone straight through in his contact, but Lyle manages to keep it onto the racetrack. Interesting there. Stewards, you can eat your hearts out on that one, but the DRS has been enabled in this race, ladies and gentlemen. CLF4 and a little bit of pressure from Crazy Griefer here, but it looks like Tom Nock sat in 10th in the Mercedes, and that's quite good for a Mercedes, actually. Doing quite well there, ladies and gentlemen. Down the grid, not much else to report, really. There could be a little bit of a fight between Scruffer and Raza coming up in the next couple of laps, but we'll come back to that when it is appropriate. Well, Tria is really dominating this race now, ladies and gentlemen, as Flo is over a second behind, and there is more damage because FRT2C15 has really fallen down the back of the order here, ladies and gentlemen. But other than that, much else to report. Really, the racing has calmed itself, it has patterned itself, and Crazy Griefer has got past CL04, which you remember at the beginning of that. He hadn't done so in Scruff. His teammate has retired from the session, and that is a second safety car in this race. And there goes my hopes to get my dinner anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen, because we do have another safety car in this race, of course. The last time we had a safety car in this race was about 3 minutes ago. Well, we are back to me talking about some utter drivel for the next couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, this is quite a good time to talk about the calendar. Of course, if you do not follow us, for whatever bizarre reason, on our Instagram, or if you're not in the Discord server, of course, ladies and gentlemen, there's FG Trio here pets for some tiles, and it looks like Flo, Weeksy, Maka will pit as well. But anyway, we'll focus on Flo for now, ladies and gentlemen, because the calendar for this year is as follows, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been around the rock, you probably won't have seen it, but obviously, of course, we are here today at Belgium. Next race will be next week at Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. Miami follows on from Bahrain, which is the fourth race on the calendar, and our first sprint weekend, ladies and gentlemen, will be at the French Grand Prix on the 3rd and the 4th of April respectively. China, then Brazil, then Singapore, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll have to see about who will commentate from that point onwards. Britain, 8th of 9th of May, Hungary, 15th and 16th, Azerbaijan, 22nd to the 23rd, and Abu Dhabi's 29th to the 30th, ladies and gentlemen. The reason I say who will be commentating from is because I've got GCSEs and I quite like to pass them. So, probably looking at around sort of Singapore maybe, and then we'll have to look at who can take over from that point onwards, ladies and gentlemen. But that's probably to worry about when we get to it. Well, Weeksy, Genoven, both moved up even more into the podium positions now. Stocky back up pretty much to where he started this race. CL04 is in 5th, Trio in 6th, 7th is Mako on the soft compound tyres. Clearly thinks he has a lot of race pace, but does he? Well, we'll find out in so many laps time. Woof. Lyle in 10th. 0 laps on those new tyres, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we had quite a few pit stops. Whilst I've been waffling on about the calendar, quite a few pit stops. But we do have 18 races on the track, and the rookie down in P18 is just getting onto the back of the pack now. And an interesting fact, which I've just worked out in my head, we have more rookies in the top 10 than we do in the bottom half. Lyle, of course, Maka, Junuven, I love saying that name, and FG Flo are the rookies, and of course, well, the rookies that are in the top 10 is FG Flo. Oh, he looks like he's going to pit. Is he trying to send some... Oh! Now, I'm a commentator, but I didn't like that. FG Flow. I think that should probably be looked at by one of our stewards here at FRR. Because that was a little bit interesting. Of course, I don't think you get any damage under the safety car, so maybe that doesn't need to be looked at. But yeah, don't do that. That's not cool, bro. It's not cool, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to take this time to have a little bit of a sip of tea. Refreshing. Anyways, let's get back to it now. Lap 8 of 22 at Spain. We are at Spa. It's round 1, season 3. It's tier 1. Of course, we're at Spa. Of course. Could you not come to Spa? I was outraged when we didn't go to Spa in the last season, Edwin. I'll have you know, I was secretly very, very, very sad. Then we go on Spa because Spa is obviously the best track. Not only in F1 but also in the game as well. And if you disagree, then please turn the stream off now, ladies and gentlemen. Said it again, didn't I, JKF1 2005? You're welcome! I will say, ladies and gentlemen, so many times your ears want to bleed, and you will not like either ladies or gentlemen after today. Well, we haven't had that many laps of racing, to be honest. I think we've probably had more safety car laps than we have racing laps so far in this Grand Prix, but that's what we love about F1, ladies and gentlemen. It's very unpredictable, and you don't really know what's going to happen next. And the Mercedes, of course. A lot of controversy last season. Mercedes weren't where they should have been. This is real life. We're going back to real life F1 now. Mercedes, of course, weren't where they should have been with the no side pod design. It sounds like they're going to be ditching the no side pods, ladies and gentlemen. They will have side pods for Saudi Arabia, by the sounds of it. Safety car will be in this lap. And FG Flo has got a totally different kettle of fish here because he's now defending from Weeksy at a safety car restart. And he'll want to try and trick as well because Weeksy knows roughly where he's going to go. So can Weeksy outdo can Weeksy outdo FG Flo here? Of course, they can overtake now when Weeksy gets very close. I think he knows what he's doing here, and I thought he'd gone there. They join us. Well, a little bit excited. A little excitement in my voice, ladies and gentlemen. But we will see when he goes, and he's gone. FG Flo gets us back underway then here at Belgium, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome, Jake. And he will lead from Weeksy, Junior Vane, Stocky, Tria, Maka, Brad, Lyle, Crazy Griefer, Tom Locke, A13th, Henkaz, Andre, Raza, Billy, FRT, Top Gun, and CLO4, ladies and gentlemen. That is the grid, as we saw someone getting a little bit upset over there, legend, but looks like Stocky is a little bit under pressure here from Tria. It looks like he could potentially make a move here, ladies and gentlemen, but it also looks like Weeksy is very close now to FG Flo, and could Weeksy become the third leader of a Grand Prix? Of this Grand Prix, as Junior Vane is very close though to him, and it looks like he is going to make the move. Junior Vane is going to try for second place here, ladies and gentlemen, but he is going to be fought off by Weeksy, who backs his car nicely in the middle of the road there, ladies and gentlemen. We do have another yellow flag. Please do not let that be a safety car, because I don't have the willpower for that anymore. But oh, FG Tria is going to come round, and they spun. So is Junior Vane, giving RRT Maka the advantage ahead of them there. I don't know what that noise was later on. That was just pure excitement for what's going on and not really knowing what's going on at the same time. But Brad is coming under a little bit of pressure now from Tom Locke, 22, of course, second place in the Tier 2 Championship last season later on. He's currently standing P7 in the Grand Prix so far, and he's not been able to get something that move work, ladies and gentlemen. As here we go, Andre is going to try and make his move now on Raza Gamer HQ. Is forced wide because of that. Loses 2 positions, 3 positions, 4 positions. Thanks to that, to Sector 2. We have a yellow flag, and that will be Raza Gamer HD, ladies and gentlemen. We've got it all wrong. There is Junior Vane. Pushed very far back down the field now, and there is Raza Gamer HD, ladies and gentlemen. Top Gun will get another 3-second time penalty in this race, but FGE Flow has managed to keep the lead of the Grand Prix for now. Of course, there is still the pit stop to come as A13 Nightmare picks up a 3-second time penalty, I believe, for whatever he has done. RRT Maka is in third place, ladies and gentlemen. More rookies on the podium than there is outstanding F1 drivers. That is what we have to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the eco-friendly Greta Thunberg fan. That holly on his helmet, that is pretty incredible. As RRT Maka does exactly what he doesn't want to do here, ladies and gentlemen, and picks up a 3-second time penalty, but so does Crazy Griefer. And so does Billy Wiz, actually. I'll have you know, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Wiz did indeed get a 3-second time penalty there. I can't stop saying ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry that I keep saying ladies and gentlemen. It's just a little thing that I have. I have Tourette's when it comes to saying ladies and gentlemen, of course. So there were 7 people. There are now 3, which means 4 people don't think Spa is that great a track. Well, there we go. That is 99% of the population think that Spa is an awful track. Oh well, that's their problem. Anyway, Float has a 1.2 second lead in this race so far. Weeksy Macca a little bit closer to Weeksy than Weeksy is to Flow. But we'll see what happens about that gap in the coming laps. Oh, it's a Christmas pudding. Very fitting considering it's now, what, March. And there is another safety car in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Gee whiz. Oh dear. 3 safety cars. But Flo is going to pit. He chooses the third one, so does Weeksy, so does Macca. To pit, Crazy Griefer will now inherit the lead of La Race. Lyle, another rookie, moves up into P2. Well, sorry, he's retired. No way. Lyle has just retired on his debut for a spin at the first turn, which actually didn't look like a death at all, really. Oh, poor Lyle, man. Poor Lyle. Well, yeah, very good effort, of course. But not to be today, Legend Crazy Griefer. Getting a little bit too close from that Aston Martin, Legend. Don't touch his rear wing, Crazy Griefer, because that'd be £50,000. If you know, you know. Anyways, getting a little bit close there. Is a little bit impatient there from Crazy Griefer. We don't condone impatience. There's like patient drivers in F4R. And if you are a patient driver and you think you could beat all of these guys in a 1v1, no, sorry, wrong game. If you think you could beat all these guys over a 50% rate distance there, Jim, then please, dear God, check the old the old Twitch chat now. Actually, don't do that. Go over to our Instagram page, Front Row Racing F1, and DM us. How about that? DM us, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sure you will be received nicely, and you will be able to join our Discord server. The link will be there for you to take. You will be able to do that. Well, of course, Tier 1 is not the only race that we do this year, ladies and gentlemen. We have Tier 2, of course, where the other incredibly talented F1 drivers take to the stage, and that's tomorrow night, at a slightly later time of 6:15, ladies and gentlemen, all the time that the stream starts. And F2 is now back and running, with the Tier 1 and Tier 2 drivers both taking part, plus a couple of uniquely F2 drivers, ladies and gentlemen. And that'll be on a Saturday night, which a little bit in the air at the moment. Tria treats his Red Bull to a new front wing, ladies and gentlemen. That is the most Romain Grosjean thing I've ever seen in my life, ladies and gentlemen. That was pretty incredible. Well, he spins, and that'll mean that he has to pit again under what must be now the 10th safety car, I'd imagine. We have 10 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. Can we finish them without having a safety car, please? I mean, the rate this race is going, we might have a red flag. And you can't even get red flags in F1. So, God, can you imagine that? Can you imagine if you had to get red flags during... God, can you imagine if we did red flags during league races? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy Lord. We'd have to get music and a T brake sign and, oh, Lord, it'd be chaos. Actually, it wouldn't be chaos, it'd be drivel, because, let's be honest, in terms of talking about things, you can't really talk about everything, because you don't know what people like. So, for example, we could talk about the football. Anyone like football? Yes, loads of people like football, it's fine, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can start to make your predictions very early, but of course it is only round one. Yeah. And also, actually, if you are in the Discord server, Legion, we do now have a Grid Rivals page. We do have a Grid Rivals page, ladies and gentlemen. Of which it is a fantasy league type thing that will give you basically you pick 5 drivers and a constructor, and you have 100 million to do it. And in which you have to build the dream team, ladies and gentlemen, as the safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap. There are currently one man at the top of the charts, and that is, of course, myself with 1,807 points. 87. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, Tom Lock is going to lead a 13th Nightmare and FGE Flow into the final 10 laps of the Grand Prix. I thought he lost it then. I thought he made himself look alright. Little winky, ladies and gentlemen, but he is going to go now, and he is going to go in the last corner, and he hasn't gone yet. He really is hiding at the back here, and he did it. So A13th will get so close that FGU Flow could have a look down the inside here, and it looks like we're going to go through one into the one there, but there was a late dive there, and there's a lot of over braking, and there's a Mercedes 1-2. It is a Mercedes 1-2 in the Belgium Grand Prix with 9 laps to go. Oh, Tom Lock has to pit though, but we will not worry about that again because FGE Flow is in 3rd place. Can he potentially try and break this Mercedes 1-2? But it looks like Top Gun is going to try and break that McLaren P3, and it looks like he's also going to try and take Weeksy going into the next third. He's going to try a dive bomb. Looks like Weeksy just covers him off nicely though, and he will move up into 3rd place. FGE Flow will move down into 4th. The Nightmare, the Aston Martin team, is right up there as well. This is going to be a high scoring points weekend. Looks a bit for Mercedes, for Aston Martin, for McLaren, and for no one else, really. In terms of the constructors, looks like Razagame HD may have had a little look there on stock F1, but it didn't look like that was going to materialise. But we have had a massive shift up here as FRT looks like it might be overtaken by RRT Maka, the man who qualified 5th and will make his way back up to 6th. But he will, of course, lose out because that's just the way that the commentary curse goes. And he looks like he may move out to the new rookie, with, of course, his FRT. There is a bit of contact! And they are out! FRT is in the wall. RRT Maka is still in this race. And there is contact there between the two. That is another safety car. For sake. Oh dear, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, when can I have my dinner? I'm joking. I'm loving what I'm saying right now. This is what we want to see, ladies and gentlemen. Weeksy takes the lead of the race again. From FGU Flow, from Stocky, from Brad, from Junuvade, from Xeolo, from everyone else, Crazy Griefer. From Andre, from Henkas, from Top Gun, from whoever else. RT Mecca. DNFs from the session. There's some beef in the tier 1 chat. Quote of the race, ladies and gentlemen. Quote of the race from FRT ZC15, ladies and gentlemen. The McLaren who just saw crashed out. I had side pod damage and my car turned into the Beep Titanic. That is very class. The general consensus I'm getting from the tier 1 chat is that there's been no racing. We haven't really had any laps of racing here today, everybody. We've only had probably half. Well, I must be 5 laps, maybe 5-6 laps of actual racing. Maybe even less. Maybe it's about 3. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen, but it isn't a lot at all. Oh, dear. Well, course, we can now relax. We can now rest on our laurels, although I seem to have been pretty relaxed the whole time, ladies and gentlemen. And I saw a crash! I'm pretty well known at not catching crashes on stream, ladies and gentlemen. But I've done it. He's done it. He's only gone and done it. He's caught a crash. He's caught a pretty good crash as well between FRT ZC 15 and RRT Maka, the two rookies who looked very promising, have unfortunately crashed out, and that will not be very good. And I'm sure there will be a lot to talk about in the Stewarts. And apparently, ladies and gentlemen, the safety car setting for this lobby is reduced. A reduced safety car, and we've had about 3 laps of racing. That is incredible. We've had about 3 laps of racing. So I'm just typing in my laugh out loud comment. Yeah. So the safety car is allegedly reduced. I'm sure it is. I believe Brad is incredibly skilled at setting up lobbies, and of course he is a very skilled driver as well. Count stats in P5. But obviously the points that I'm going to make when I can think of it is what can I say? Ferrari are currently at P3 and P5. Could they get the double podium, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it could be a double podium. That is made. It could be a double podium that comes around through safety car luck. People pitting. Brad and Stocky, both of course in the Ferrari, both on 4-lap old medium tyres, and it doesn't look like. So I hope the safety car will come in this lap. Because dearie me, it better. It better, ladies and gentlemen. It better. Well, this is not a very common sight. At the moment, Mercedes in first place, the safety car is in this lap, so Weeksy is going to back up the pack here. We will go on board for FGE float for the safety car restart. I do apologise if you hear any of my ingesting of tea. I just don't really care. Anyways, there is Weeksy, and we ride on board with FGE float. Can he take a maiden win in FRR? We will have to see. I think he'll give Stocky a run for his money this championship, but will he be able to do it as Weeksy? Oh, Weeksy has done superbly there because he's caught FGE Flow right off guard, which now gives Stocky the opportunity of a lifetime to try and get past him. Going down the main straight, he doesn't deploy his ERS, so he's clearly holding that up for a little bit of a long straight. And he will not deploy that. Again, he has deployed it now. So you would think that Stocky will be able to make the move work pretty early on in the next couple of corners, ladies and gentlemen, as the hour turns to 7. Can Stocky pull off? Can he pull off a sensational move going into the next turn? No, he does not. Then he will stay where he currently sits. Billy Wiz up into 4th on his debut. Brad, the teammate of reigning world champion Stocky, stays in 5th with Junu Vane. In 6th, been up and down all over the grid has Junu Vane. His best position so far, I think, has been P3 or P2. He has been right up there. CLO 4, P5 or P6, his best position. Rosie Griefer did lead the race for a little bit, and today in 9th, Tom Block rounding off the points in 10th. Henkaz Top Gun, A13, Tria, and Razor Gamer HD, who spins. He spins, he's spun again. Yeah, he's been. That's about all we can really say, ladies and gentlemen. What we can say, though, is Weeksy is dominating so far, or at the moment, this race with 6 laps to go. Will we have another safety car? Yes, we will. Mark my words, we will. Next yellow flag will be a safety car. It'll be Razor Gamer HD DNF. Just watch. Just you wait, my friend. Just you wait, my sunshine. There is a yellow flag. And it's A13's Nightmare. Will it be... Oh, wow. We don't have a safety car. Woo! FG flows. It's the fastest lap of the race. Sod that. Tria does. In P12, there's a 1:46.7. As he moves up into 11th place, getting past Hen Kaz down there in P11. Well, the front 5 have really spread themselves out here, ladies and gentlemen, and Razor Game HD retires from this race. Watch it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There will be a safety car. There will be a safety car. There won't be a safety car, everybody. But what there will be is some pretty safe driving. Safe overtaking from Andre here. He's very close to CLO4, right on his back bottom. As Crazy Griefer is now very close to Juno Vane in P6. I think Razor Gamer HD's car has finally retired from this race, and Crazy Griffith is all over the back here of the Alfa Romeo of the debut Juno Vane. But will he be able to make a crazy move on Juno Vane to take P6? For now, he has backed off a little bit later on. He's now 2/10 behind the car at P6 holder, and will he be able to maybe a little bit of move? He'll certainly late brake, and he will certainly get a little bit closer than Juno Vane may have been expecting. DRS is now enabled, and don't think FG Flow is going to get it on Weeksy. Later on, Weeksy was our Tier 1 Tier 1 Season 1 winner at FRR, ladies and gentlemen. Stocky, dominant last season. Who will win it this season? Will we have 3 different winners on the bounce? Who knows, ladies? It's only love once here on Twitch, as the ex-commentator Harrison would say. God rest his squeaky soul. Anyways, currently sat in P4, very comfortable position. He's got a gap behind him and a gap in front of him. That is a very comfortable place to sit. But what won't be comfortable is how close Stocky is to FG Flow. And gaining. Front 3 are all very close. One of which is a rookie. 2 of which are FRR World Champions. They're not World Champions, I do beg your pardon. Champions. The man who wears the Ace of Spades. The King of Clubs. The Queen of Hearts. And the Jack of Diamonds. As a long-winded reference. Will he be able to maybe win the race? But it is very close. Between the front 3 Flow is about half a second of Stocky, off of Weeksy, and Stocky is about half a second of Flow. Who knows what is going to happen in this race? And that is why you should stick around for the next 3 laps of exciting racing, because it is about to get very tasty, and I think Flo may be able to. He's got a lot of ERS. Will he be able to get the DRS? And will he be able to make a move later on? He may even be able to make a move before the DRS zone later on. The DRS is now wide open on the back of his car later on. He is going to go for the move down the inside, and here comes Flo as he takes the lead of the race on lap 19 here in Belgium. Weeksy not able to fight it back at the moment, though. You would think maybe in the next couple of laps that opportunity will arise for him. Stocky sitting back, enjoying the spectacle he has got in front of him later on. But for now, Flo keeps the lead of the race. Billy Wiz is right up there as well in P4, more comfortable than the top three are, ladies and gentlemen. That was pretty cold, I must admit. And the gap is now building back up between Flo and Weeks. It's around about 4.5 seconds. 4.5 tenths. Let's go 5 tenths, okay. Gee whiz, as he picks... Oh my lord. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you all today to celebration of a race so quickly ruined by the driver's inability to keep it within the white lines. FTE Flo has got a 3-second time penalty, and that probably would move him down to P3 as it stands. Oh dear. Well, that's his race gone. Weeksy is in a very comfortable position at the moment because he is... looks like he's going to keep the lead of the race. He may not win it on track, but off track he will be dominant and he will win it. Way. That was very rude and sarcastic. I didn't mean it to be very rude and sarcastic. It's Tria retires from this race, and if there is a safety car now, ladies and gentlemen, the duration will only be a lap or so long because we only have 2 laps left of this race, ladies and gentlemen. We started with 20. We've got 13 remaining. My God. Oh, CLO4. CLO4, he spent his 4 wheels flying around and he has spun. But he keeps 12th place because, of course, A39th Mary is on a different lap. Oh, what? Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise because I missed it. Flo has plummeted down the order from 1st to 5th. And it will give Junu Vane a potential... Right. This has just got very interesting. Okay. That is the leader, Wixie. He's got half a second on Stocky. He's got... Okay. So the only thing... Well, actually, I think the order would pretty much stay the same in this race. Potentially, Junu Vane could get a podium here, because the 2 drivers surrounding him have both got 3-second time penalties. So Junu Vane could be on for a debut podium here in FRR, ladies and gentlemen. But Weeksy could be on for the first win of the season. And what a season. And what a way that would be to kick off his season, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 21 of 22. He's got a 3-tenth gap to Stocky now, who is going to try and fly past him in the Ferrari. Here he is. Here comes Stocky. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. Past he goes on Weeksy. Stocky takes the lead. Weeksy getting very close though to his back bottom, but doesn't look like he will be able to make the move down, mates. Billy Wiz is in 3rd place. Oh my God. So is Junu Vane. He's in 4th though. He is in 4th, and it looks like he could be on for a maiden podium here, but Stocky takes an late lead of this race, and I don't do maths very well, so I can't tell you who's going to win this race off track. And that looked like a little bit of an oversteer. New pants moment there. But Weeksy looks very brave here, and it looks like he may be going for a late win here at Belgium for the first time in this season. Stocky looks a little bit all over the place. Cough, cough. Weeksy is gonna gain on Stocky. Yeah. And will he be able to get the move done, ladies and gentlemen? You would not think, maybe. He will not be able to get the move done. And he will open his DRS. And into the first turn. Can Weeksy pull off a move here? No, he cannot. He's saving up his DRS. He's saving and closing the gap to Stocky to try and win this race, ladies and gentlemen. I think at this point they can win the race no matter who finishes in what position. Weeksy is going to have his last try, you would think, at the lead here. He's going to open his ERS. He's going to open his DRS. Stocky has the ERS. Weeksy is going to try for a dive bomb here. He's going to go down the inside and he is going to take the lead of this race. Stocky is going to try and fight back, but Weeksy takes the lead of this race. Juni Vane and Billy Wiz behind, having a tremendous battle for third place, ladies and gentlemen. But I think Juni Vane is going to get it regardless of where he finishes on track. Here comes FGE Flow though, up into 5th place. Will he be able to get past Juni Vane for 4th place? No, he will not. For now, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Wiz will keep 3rd place anyways. But we will now enter the final sector of this first race, ladies and gentlemen. We've had about 82. Juni Vane has spun! Juni Vane from hero to 0, ladies and gentlemen. He moves down, right down the order, and he is stuck. And he respawns the track. But the day has been about this man, Weeksy, in the Mercedes. I didn't think he would do what he has done, but he has done it, ladies and gentlemen. He will round the final couple of corners. And in the third season of FRR, your Tier 1 champion, your Season 1 champion, Weeksy, will cross the line and win this race. Stocky will finish 2nd. FGE Flow gets his podium. Takes it from Billy Wiz, who moves down to 5th place. Crazy Griefer moves up into 4th. Henkaz in 6th. Brad in 7th, with Andre in 8th. Did his debut in FRR. Tom Locke in his first race in Tier 1 for Mercedes in 9th. CLO4 is in 10th for the AlphaTauri. Top Gun in 11th. 12th is Juni Vane, coming across the line now. And 13th is a 13th Nightmare 1. Well, it might not be. Oh, Juni Vane just gets it there. Just gets that 12th place. Well, we've had many safety cars. We've had lots of excitement. But today's victor, ladies and gentlemen, was Weeksy, the Season 1 Tier 1 champion. Has done it again. He takes the lead of the championship very early on in this season. It was very close between Stocky and Weeksy at the end there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me here today, ladies and gentlemen. For one last time, I'll take you through the 13 men grid. There he is, the victor today, Weeksy. He's done it! He's on the podium with Stocky and Flo, ladies and gentlemen. Making himself look a right idiot, I must admit, with that stupid little dance there. But ladies and gentlemen, Mercedes victorious! Thank you all very much for watching the first race of the 3rd season here in FRR Tier 1. It's been a pleasure to commentate for you. I have been me, you have been you, and I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock for Tier 2. Have a good evening, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.